Well, keeping the dream alive, that is the goal of the Friends of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center. Emmy Award-winning actor-producer William Marshall is helping these Southeast Texans achieve that dream. Marshall is here this week to share his talent and experience with us. He started his day today putting smiles on the faces of some little ones at Port Arthur's Whitley Head Start Center. Marshall appeared in his role as the king of cartoons of Pee-wee's Playhouse fame. But this is only one facet of his multi-dimensional talent. Marshall played Shakespeare's Othello for years on the stage, starred as the world's first Black Dracula, and he's now touring with his one-man show on the life and times of Black abolitionist Frederick Douglass. It is my pleasure now to welcome Dr. Marshall to Southeast Texas and to our studio here at Channel 6. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Well, why do you go all over the country telling the story of Frederick Douglass?
Well, I can't think of a man that I know of, either actually or conceived by Shakespeare or some other great writer, who would be as great an influence upon people in terms of getting the best out of themselves and perhaps realizing that they can make the difference in terms of people's getting along and surviving in this weird world we live in.
And don't you think that was part of Dr. King's message back in the 60s?
Absolutely. It's fundamentally the approach that he took, that all men are created equal, etc., and women.
Thank you. Can you give us a little excerpt from the performance you'll be doing on Thursday?
Well, I think probably one of the most famous quotes of Frederick Douglass is that if there is no struggle, there's no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters.
That's beautiful. And you have got a fabulous voice.
Oh, nice
but you use it in so many ways. I mean, now you're appealing to young children on Saturday mornings. I mean, and they know exactly who you are. Why do you do that? Because
I enjoy it, and maybe better than that, they seem to enjoy it. And they, I have a constituency now that I never thought I had. I have 4 and 5-year-olds that I can actually have a conversation with because they like Pee-wee so much.
Okay, and then you have the adults or the young people who want to go hear about the life and times of Frederick Douglass.
Yes, that's another grouping, a very important grouping.
And then people who are crazy about Shakespeare have seen you on the stage.
Yes, that happens too.
And what other work what do you have ahead of you as far as the future besides the projects we've mentioned?
In the future, I'll be going to a little known place called Georgia, the capital of which is Tbilisi, and that's not far from Russia. It's about 2 hours by plane.
You're going to the Soviet Union.
I've been invited to perform Othello with the Georgian actors there who were part of the USSR.
Well, I hate to tell you, but we're about out of time. I do want to mention you are going to be live in person Thursday night. It's all part of the Friends of the King Center's Cavalcade celebration. It is Thursday, October the 6th at 7 o'clock at Woodrow Wilson Middle School on Lakeshore Drive in Port Arthur. It is an event no one will want to miss.
I certainly won't.
Okay, I hope not. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and from everything I've heard today, the kids this morning had a great time with you.
I hope so.
Boy, and that voice, I think I need some voice lessons from you.
Not a bit.
Oh, goodness. Well, Southeast Texans may remember what happened on this day 18 years ago. Janis Joplin died in Hollywood after a rocky roller coaster type existence on the concert trail.